Hello guys, I am Satyam and you are here on our one and all lovely channel Satyam Ideal Learning. And guys, today we will be discussing about biotic component of the ecosystem. We have already discussed about what is ecosystem, and in the previous lecture I have also told you about what is biotic and abiotic component. But in our today's lecture, we will be discussing about biotic component in greater detail. Okay, so let's start. See guys, biotic component of the ecosystem is divided into three groups. Now, what are those three groups? The first one is producers, and the second one is consumers. Third one is decomposers. Okay, so producers, consumers, and decomposers are the three groups. Okay, so producers, consumers, and decomposers. Now let's start with the producers first. Now producers. See, at the very first, the name suggests producers, means they are producing something. Now what they are producing? They are producing food. So green plants are called producers. Now why green plants are only called producers? We have already discussed, guys. Remember that green plants do photosynthesis. Why only green plants? Because green plants has the pigment which is called chlorophyll, which is the green pigment which gives the leaf its green color. Okay, so green plants are called producers, and we have discussed that green plants do photosynthesis with the help of carbon dioxide and water. It makes carbohydrate with the help of carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. So it makes carbohydrate and oxygen. This is how photosynthesis chain is there. No? So green plants are called producers and make their own food. They make their own food. They are not dependent on anywhere. Okay, so they are not dependent on anywhere, on any of the organism. They make their own food. So they make their own food, and all the other organisms and other microorganisms, some other microorganisms, and the non-green plants depend on these green plants for food. Okay, so all the other organisms and the non-green plants and other microorganisms depend on the green plants for food. Okay, and in bacteria, I have told you that there is a cyanobacteria. Cyanobacteria is also known as blue-green algae. Okay, so there is cyanobacteria or blue-green algae which has chlorophyll, and it also do photosynthesis. So it is a kind of bacteria. Remember, guys, this thing. Now, so green plants are called producers and make their own food through photosynthesis. They are autotrophs. They are called autotrophs. Auto means self. Tropos means making food. So they are self-making food. They are not dependent on anybody. Okay, they are self-making food. Now we will be discussing about consumers. Consumers means which consume the food. So consumers are all organisms, all animals, non-green plants, and microorganisms, means other than the green plants, all the rest of the organisms and non-green plants and microorganisms that depend directly or indirectly on producers for food are called what? Consumers. Clear, guys? So all the animals, means all the organisms rather than that of green plants are dependent on the green plants. They all are consumers. Okay, so all the animals, non-green plants and microorganisms that depend directly or indirectly on producers for food are called consumers. So they consume food directly or indirectly by plant and are heterotrophs. They are what? Heterotrophs. Hetero means other. They are dependent on other for food and getting food. Trophos means getting food. So they are dependent on other organisms for the getting of food. Okay. Now, the consumers is also divided into herbivores, scavengers, carnivores, omnivores. Okay, so consumers are also divided into the four kinds: herbivores, carnivores, scavengers, and the omnivores. Now, these are divided in these four categories by the way of getting food, how they are getting food. Okay, which type of food they are getting. So they are divided by the way of getting food, on how they are getting food. Now we will be discussing all these things, but I know you already has been studied about the herbivores, carnivores, scavengers, omnivores in the previous classes. Now from the childhood you are studying. So herbivores are primary consumers. Herbivores are those organisms which depend directly on food. They depend directly on plants for food. Okay, so they depend directly on plants for food. Okay, so herbivores are primary consumers. Now, why they are primary consumers? Consumers, as I have told you, they depend. Consumers are the organisms that depend plant for food. So they are primary consumers because they are dependent directly on plants for food. And the examples of herbivores are the cows, deer, goats. These are some of the examples. No, seed-eating birds. These are dependent directly on the plant for food. Okay. Now herbivores are primary consumers. Carnivores that eat plant-eating animals are secondary consumers. Now the carnivores, as you already know, carnivores are the flesh-eating animals. So carnivores are the flesh-eating animals that eat plant-eating animals. Now the carnivores will eat those animals that are eating plants. So they are indirectly dependent on plants for food. Okay. So carnivores that eat plant eating animals are secondary consumers. Now they are secondary consumers. Okay. Because they are eating primary consumers, and the primary consumers have been eaten the producers, no, plants. So they are secondary consumers. Now I am telling about the examples of the carnivores. Now what are the examples of the carnivores? Like tiger, lion. These are the examples of the carnivores. Jackal. Okay, these are the examples of the carnivores. Now we will be discussing about omnivores. Omnivores, as you already know, they eat both plants as well as the flesh. Okay, so they eat both plants as well as the flesh. And the best example that I will give you about the omnivores are human beings. We and crows, bears, human beings. These all are the examples of the omnivores. So, omnivores are primary consumer. They can be primary consumer. They can be tertiary consumer. They can be secondary consumer. Okay, so they can be three of them. Okay, any three of them. Primary consumer also. Primary consumers are those that eat directly the plant for food. Okay, so now carnivores that eat plant eating animals are secondary consumer, and those that eat secondary consumers are tertiary consumers. Now what are the tertiary consumers? Tertiary consumers eat the secondary consumers. Clear this thing? Now I will give you the examples of the tertiary consumers like snakes and owls. Now you will say how snakes and owls are tertiary consumers. So snakes and owls are eating frogs. They are eating what? They are eating frogs. And now the frogs are the secondary consumer. Now frogs are eating what? Frogs are eating the plant eating insects. Okay. And the plant eating insects are eating the producers. So producers, primary consumers, and secondary consumers, and then the tertiary consumers. This is how. So the producer is the plant. So the primary consumer is what? The plant eating insect. The secondary consumer is what? The frog. The tertiary consumer is what? The snakes or owls, you can say. And owls, snakes and owls. Now, scavengers. Now what are scavengers? Scavengers are very helpful. They are very helpful. Examples are vultures. These are the examples. Okay, vultures. Scavengers clean the environment. They clean up the environment by eating dead organisms. Okay, so they clean up the environment by eating dead organisms. Vultures, eagle. These are the examples. So scavengers clean the environment by eating dead organisms. Okay. So they eat dead organisms and they clean up the environment. Clear this thing? Now we will be coming. What are the examples of the scavengers? As I have already told you, eagle and vultures. Now decomposers. On the decomposers, now we will be coming. And I will also tell you about the biodegradable and non-biodegradable waste. Okay. So watch the video till end. So decomposers are microorganisms that break down organic matter of plant or animal. Okay. Now, so decomposers are microorganisms. These are microorganisms such as fungi, protozoa, bacteria. Okay. So these are microorganisms, fungi, protozoa. No. So decomposers are microorganisms that break down the organic matter and wait guys a minute, and draw nutrition from it. Okay, so what they do, these microorganisms, the decomposers are those microorganisms that break down. They first break down the organic matter and then they draw nutrition from it. So they draw nutrition from it. Now what they will do? In the process, what happens? They first of all do with the dead organisms. They first of all do this kind of process, decomposing process with the dead organisms. So decomposers are microorganisms that break down organic matter and draw nutrition from it. In the process, they release minerals that constitute the bodies they decompose into the soil. The body which they are decomposing in the soil, the nutrients come out from that body by the process of decomposing, which are done by the decomposers. Okay, so decomposers, what they do, they release the nutrients. They release the nutrients and minerals that constitute bodies they decompose into the soil. Now thus a part of the minerals which is used by plants and animals during their lifetime. So the part of the minerals which has been used by the plant and animals in their whole lifetime is returned to the environment. It is returned back to the environment and keep the soil fertile as well as clean. If I say in easy words, what is the definition of decomposing process and what are decomposers, what they do. So we can say decomposers help in the help to keep the soil fertile, and they clean up the environment by decomposing the organic matter of plants and animals into the and releasing the minerals from them, and they are getting the back minerals. So the soil has been formed and the minerals are come back by the those plants which are dead. Okay, so decomposers help in bringing the minerals back to the environment, okay, by decomposing the plants and animals. Clear this thing? And crop residue, these are some of the examples of the organic matter I am giving you. Okay, now what are biodegradable and non biodegradable waste? So biodegradable waste are those waste, biodegradable waste are those waste like paper, okay, like paper and the dead plants, dead small animals. Okay, so biodegradable waste are those waste which can be decomposed by the decomposers. So decomposers can only break down the biodegradable waste. Okay, so they can only break down the biodegradable waste. Clear this thing? Now non-biodegradable waste are those waste which cannot be broken down by decomposers. So decomposers cannot break down non-biodegradable waste, and the examples of the non-biodegradable waste are metals like aluminium, tin. Okay, these are the examples of the non-biodegradable waste, and the non-biodegradable waste cannot be broken down by the decomposers, and the biodegradable waste can be broken down by the decomposers. So decomposers help in the cleaning of the environment and making the soil fertile by getting minerals back. Clear this thing? So the biotic component is over, guys. So thank you guys, and we'll meet in the next time with a new lecture of a biotic component in greater detail. So bye bye.